set, and away they go then. Killian a little bit slow to go, so too on the far side, Bold Optimist are slightly tardily away for the Symphony Group Handicap as we get underway for the Sky Bet Ebor meeting, this £120,000 sprint with T-Spirit on the near side, red cap showing up from Bergerac Desert Cop, right up there as well as We Never Stop in the pink colours. Followed then by Wen Moon on the near side, Acomb Bay travelling with Silky Wilkie on the far side, Democracy Dilemma. Then from behind, One Night Stand there, just shaken up. Then down the centre is Never Dark, the blue jacket noseband. On the far side looking for Linda, JM Jungle, the lime green with Copper Knight, the white sleeves travelling well off the pace. Driven along behind them, Tropical Island on the far side. Bold Optimist hasn't quite got there. On the near side, the leader still is T-Spirit. On the far side, it's still Democracy Dilemma and Ross Orion as they approach the closing stages. JM Jungle is lunging though with looking for Linda. Chagrin running on behind them and is keeping on dually as they race up towards the line here. JM Jungle is just in front, and JM Jungle has got there from Jordan Electrics with looking for Linda, Democracy Dilemma and Chagrin on their heels.
Goodwood never really went to plan for him. It was nice that he's bounced back. I don't think he's had the rub of the green since he's been back in the UK, this horse, and it was nice to see him get his head in front today.
And off and racing over this 7 furlong trip, a nice even break as well. The Tattersalls Acomb Stakes Group 3, the richest juvenile Group 3 in Europe, underway. In a straight line for the first 2.5 with Yarug on the outside of the line in Winter, who sits very handy, and the Waco Kid on the rail is with the leading 3 as well. They're tracked then by the white cap of Wimbledon Hawkeye, the yellow jacket. Jouncey's pink cap is next. Then the royal blue colours of Ruling Court. The next group then Urban Sky, Rajeko with Mr. Chaplin, and wider on the wing there is Diablo Rocco. At this stage, Our Terms in last place, but travelling pretty well as they come down the home straight, and they've gone now towards the halfway point of the contest with 5 lengths separating them. The line in Winter with a narrow advantage from the Waco Kid. Yarug shaken up. Coming into it now is Ruling Court on the outside. Also Diablo Rocco is moving strongly in the purple as they race up towards the final quarter mile in the Tattersalls Acomb. The line in Winter is the one in front at this stage. Here comes Ruling Court and Will Buick on the outside. Battling bravely, Wimbledon Hawkeye on the inside. The line in Winter is pulling out a bit more, and he's still got a break of 2 lengths on Ruling Court in second. The line in Winter and Ryan Moore made just about every yard, and the line in Winter toughs it out in the Acomb at York in the summer and wins well. In second, Wimbledon Hawkeye, Ruling Court, and then these were clear of the Waco Kid, about 3 lengths behind in fourth.
He didn't even touch him with the stick, you know, so and obviously he broke the track record, so obviously he's a very smart coach, you know, so yeah, no, delighted with him, really. We couldn't be happier, really, Lydia.
Space Legend Restless off and racing for the Sky Bet Great Voltigeur Stakes. This Group 2 race over the 1.5-mile trip here, and immediately it's the pace-setting Euphoric that takes them along, but also close up is Illinois in the purple cap. He's about 2 lengths down, and it's a 1-2-3 for Ballador at the moment because Los Angeles is slotting into 3rd place. Then there's a break of 2 lengths then back to King's Gambit, who in turns a 1.5 lengths clear of Space Legend as the runners move across the back of the Nasemire, heading down now towards the 9 furlong pole. There's already about 7 lengths covering these runners, and the pace looks to be a pretty generous run being set by Declan McDonough on board Euphoric. Illinois racing in second, in the hands of Wayne Lawton. Ryan Moore on the Irish Derby winner, Los Angeles, who has to give weight away all round here. He's travelling ahead of King's Gambit and Will Buick in the red and white colours. And looking on at the rear is Space Legend in the hands of James Doyle. The runners now moving past the 7, and still the pace seems a pretty even one, a decent one, as they move down now towards the halfway point of the race. And still Euphoric galloping up by 2 lengths then over Illinois in second place, with Los Angeles right behind him in third as they take the turn which brings them down this side of the course now, and a run before they get towards the turn into the home straight. Behind Los Angeles is King's Gambit, who's always restrained in his races, up in trip today, and Space Legend looking on at the rear as they straighten up for the judge here with just over a 1/2 mile to travel. Down the centre of the course here, Euphoric pressing on. Illinois travelling well in his slipstream, and Los Angeles is being given the hurry up by Ryan. but he is beginning to close on his two stable companions. King's Gambit is now shaken up by Will Buick. He's also picking up these leaders, and Space Legend is trying to land a blow as well. They're up towards the final quarter mile, and Illinois just hits the front briefly maybe. Los Angeles alongside him as the pace setter weakens. King's Gambit under pressure, but keeping on behind them down the centre, but he's ducking left-handed. They're racing inside the final furlong. Los Angeles from King's Gambit and Illinois with Space Legend on the inside. Los Angeles digging really deep as they race up towards the line from Illinois, and Los Angeles done it. He did it by a neck from Illinois. 1-2 for Aidan O'Brien. King's Gambit, Space Legend, and then the pace setting Euphoric, fifth and last.
Ryan's horse can do either. He can go up and trip. He has plenty of class. He was there with a penalty today, and they didn't go over fast in the middle of the race. So he can either go back to an Irish Champion Stakes and run in the first four and go on to an arc, or he can go to a Ledger with the others.
And racing for this historic 2024 version of the Juddmonte International, Alf Flailer and Docklands were very slow to stride as they move through the first furlong, heading down the back. City of Troy has found himself in front through the first furlong and a half. Raw Rhyme on his outside. At this stage, Hans Andersen is on the inside in a share of third place with Ghost Rider, who's done well to come out from his outside draw to drop into fourth. Blue Stocking in fifth. And then on the inside, Ambiente Friendly, who's just a tad keen. On the outside, then the Japanese raider, Juretsa, in the red cap, sitting just off the pace. And they're followed through then by Blue Stocking and Zara Ken towards the back as well, with Kalandagan, his compatriot, in the Aga Khan's green and red colours. They move over on the far side of the Knavesmire and head down now inside the final 3/4 of a mile at this stage at the back of the field as they move down the far side. Docklands is restrained in the rear. So too is Maljoum just ahead of him with Alf Flailer as well. Isra, the one in the black cap, is in the rear quarter. City of Troy then, an unlikely pacemaker in the Juddmonte International as they straighten up for the judge. Royal Rhyme and Juretsa, 3 deep, followed by Ghost Rider, Hans Andersen, Blue Stocking, Zara Kem's green jacket with a white cap next, Ambiente Friendly. Then on the outside, Kalandagan, Maljoum travelling well at the rear in the yellow jacket. And then Isra, Alf Flailer being pushed along. Docklands is starting to improve now, moves out of last place. But as they move down towards the final 2.5 furlongs, City of Troy still grinding it out in front here from Royal Rhyme on the outside. Down the centre, here comes Kalandagan. City of Troy really putting in the afterburners now, though, as they race up towards the final furlong. He leads by about a length and a half. Kalandagan trying hard to rein him in. Back in third place is Ghost Rider. City of Troy having to dig really deep here as they race inside the final furlong. He's made every yard so far, and City of Troy, what a game performance all the way in the City of York in the Juddmonte. Kalandagan second, Ghost Rider, Blue Stocking, Royal Rhyme next, and then Juretsa.
He's put in a couple of good performances at Newmarket last year, twice, and in the Derby. So look, Aidan and everyone's always believed highly in the horse. He had a bad day in the Guineas and he didn't win the Eclipse by 10 lengths, but he's proved he's a very good horse today. And there's not really, as the boss said the last day, there's not really much point in us saying too much because he let him do it for himself. And
tell me about the tactics, making all on him.
There's no tactics. He the plan was to go forward. He stepped well. If anything, stepped quicker than him, we would have been happy to get a lead, but he broke well. He didn't want to break his rhythm. And, he was comfortable. He travelled down very well inside the two, and when I asked him, he's just gone a little bit asleep in his work at home. So he's not quite sure what to do when you let him down, but he does everything so easy. But, he was very good today, I thought.
He was.
16 of them, and they break away from the stalls for the Bet Stairs Handicap, this heritage handicap over this extended 2 miles worth £100,000 in the pot. Quite a battle for the early lead here. Robert Johnson is amongst them and goes on passing the judge with Tritonic on the outside, Divine Comedy, and next to the rail is Bring Back Memories in the red cross belts on the black jacket. Extensio in the maroon colours has done well to get across, and sits in the leading quintet as well. Forza Orta behind there with the orange jacket of Insured sitting in the second wave. Spirit Mixer on the outside, tracked then by Samui, blue and red colours. Jamie Spencer alongside Zoffi, who's on the rail. Then a break then to Great Bedouin and Knightswood. At the back of the field on the inside is Evaluation. Get Shirties on the outer. Their back mark at this stage is Quantum Leap, and they move away from us. The other one that's in the rear quartet is Red Flyer as well, as they move across towards the far side of the racecourse, and they're about to go past the 1.5 mile start. And already there's probably a good 15 lengths between first and last. It's being made into a really good stamina test, this, by Tritonic and Divine Comedy, who's in close attendance in the pale blue half sleeves. Right behind them, Robert Johnson on the rail with Extensio, Joey Sheridan in the maroon jacket in fourth. Spirit Mixer, who's got this brilliant Juddmonte pedigree, racing handily behind them. And then Bring Back Memories, David Egan is on the rail then as they move across the far side. They're now going past the 9 furlong pole. Insured is in the orange jacket. On the inside is Forza Orta, the nose-banded runner there, Holly Doyle. Samui and Jamie Spencer in the middle of the field with Zoffi, then Knightswood and Great Bedouin on the inside, the green and gold colours. Tracked there by Evaluation, the pink and Oisin Orr. Get Shirty, Red Flyer on the outside of that, and still Quantum Leap and Rowan Scott bring up the rear now as the runners go past the 7 furlong marker. So they're well past the halfway stage in this Sky Bet Stairs Handicap. Continuing to cut out the pace here, Ross Orion on Tritonic. Divine Comedy close up though, only about a half a length down in second. Look at Spirit Mixer there, Oisin Murphy within about a length of the leader now. Robert Johnson on the rail is still disputing third place. And as the runners move down towards the entrance to the home straight, they've got just over 4.5 furlongs left to cover now as they begin to straighten up for the judge. Samui is making a bit of a move on the outside. Then you can see him in the blue and red colours being squeezed along. Extensio with every chance in the maroon now being given the hurry up. Knightswood is one that's made up good ground on the outside in the white sleeves and red and white hoop cap as the race really begins to take shape now and move down towards the final 3 furlongs. Tritonic trying to fend them all off on the outside. Here's Samui. He's probably just ahead of them now. Spirit Mixer in between them with Divine Comedy. Great Bedouin's trying to find a way out then and now is being switched with Knightswood on that one's outside as they move down towards the final furlong and a half. Tritonic really bravely clinging on. Extensio bursting through with Samui on the outside, then Great Bedouin, and it's Extensio and Jerry Sheridan in front and is staying on really powerfully in the closing stages, and Extensio is going to make it an island 1-2. Samui in second, then Tritonic a gallant third. Quantum Leap finished off well then with Divine Comedy and Great Bedouin in amongst the leading 5 as well.
He was drawn wide. He's a big galloper, so 2 miles around here suits him well. Taught off 85, he still had a couple of pound up his sleeve, but it's hard to judge the English and Irish form together. No, fair play to Pat, he was right.
Blindfolds whipped off and away they go. This Attitude just slightly slowly away. The Visit Irish Yearling Sale with ITM Fillies Handicap Class 2 very quickly away the far side. Profitable Edge and the pink cap there with Hurt You Never on the far side. The grey filly Star of Lady M in the green jacket, tracked then by Midnight Affair and also Pepsi Cat on that far side group. The main group down the centre, Alcazan, showing loads of toe with Got to Love a Grey in the pale blue jacket as well on the near side. Jumbo right up there with them and just being squeezed out there. Missed Attitude having a bit of a battle for racing room there together as they move through the first 2.5 with Havana, who's just losing ground a bit. Designer's got a bit to do, the red cap, the defending champion, because the race is taking shape over on the far side where Star of Lady M has come through to master Profitable Edge as they race inside the final furlong, and she really is pouring it on here. Star of Lady M and Danny Tudhope is turning this into an absolute procession. An extraordinary performance, wins by about 5 lengths. Jumbo and Gutsy Girl in a photo for second. Profitable Edge and Midnight Affair was running on behind them.
She has trounced them there.
Yeah, she has a bit of a surprise, you know, but she's a good filly. Like, on a day she'll either turn up or she won't, you know, but she's had a tremendous season again, you know. She owes the owners nothing, you know. She's been fantastic for them, and yeah, she's absolutely bolted up.
Ready and away, a quick dispatch here over 6 furlongs. The Sky Bet Nursery, our final race of the day on day 1 of the Sky Bet Ebor meeting. Clover Time very quickly away, handcuffed the raw runner chasing hard, and the 4 drawn high, Artagnan amongst them, joining the main group down the centre. So as they go through the first furlong and a half, it's Clover Time who's ahead then of East Tyrone in the pink jacket, Artagnan, and handcuffed there with Invited, the purple jacket, near side number, and managing director chasing them. Over on the far side, light green colours, Cugini right up there, Yes I'm Marley, Peninsula Power in the grey with a good position, far above the law right behind them. Over on the extreme right then, Moving Force in the yellow jacket. Scatterpenny's got quite a bit on the red colours, so too is Sex on Fire, who's just slightly outpaced as they move down towards the final 2 in a wide open race. Artagnan maybe just in front of Yes I'm Marley, handcuffed chasing hard. Cayman Tie and 882 are running on behind them with managing director, and battling on is far above the law in the sheepskin noseband as they race inside the final furlong in a wide open contest here. And Yes I'm Marley is just in front from far above the law, who's edging closer, but Yes I'm Marley hangs on from Artagnan and far above the law. Handcuffed was close up behind them with Moving Time, and then It Ain't Two and Cayman Tie next.
He travelled okay, then from 2 down I was sort of happy, you know, he was always going to get there, so tough little horse. He's not very big, but he's very hardy and game, you know.